Okay, I wanted to give another update on where my board game is. StarBound Conquest. This time I was working on getting it set up through node.js so I can host this game, and I set up port forwarding. So this server.js is my server file. I'm super thankful for YouTube because I never messed with node.js or express.js. I'm realizing very quickly that programming is a lot deeper than you learn in the classroom. I didn't know any of this stuff until I watched some videos. And even then, I don't know if I know it. But I can, dirt my way through it. Anyway, so here's the path to all of my assets, all of my static assets, so my styling, my images, and my HTML and JavaScript file. So then this is telling, hey, if there's an error, it's going to throw this error, and if it connected, it's going to tell you this. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. And then it's listening on this port 3000. So then you just use my IP address, and then you punch in 3000, and it takes you to the program. Pretty sweet. So what I've been working on is two things. When you select what team color you are, you can double click on the ship, and the ship will be outlined in the color of your team. So whenever you create a ship, you can assign that ship to your team color. So far there's only 3 colors: red, green, and blue. So that's here. I put it in the ship on load function, or the ship create button, the add battleship function. So I did it for both that one. So far I only have battleships and frigates. Eventually there'll be like 5 more. So I'll show that off in a second. But the other thing that I got working yesterday, I might not necessarily understand what this is all doing, but I'm super thankful for like GPT because it can help me out. So I didn't know how to do this. I wanted to show a firing arc when you double click on something. So I used GPT to help me write up the code for showing the digits around a circle. And I didn't know how to do a circle around a circle to show a firing arc. And then here's the circle being drawn. And then you can, change its color and change its font and change its, how thick it is. So anyway, what happens is when you do a mouse down event, like you click on it, then it runs this right here. It's selected. And then I'll show it off here in just a second. And it says, the ship that's at the current index is selected as true, and then it draws this right here. So it's pretty neat. Today I'm going to work on trying to do, I think, socket IO. I don't know what that is, but I know I want it, so I'm going to look into that. The next thing is, I don't know how to do ship rotation. Everything now is just pointing forward. I want to be able to give the user the ability to do ship rotation and zoom in and out of the background instead of, maybe not using the bar or the scroll bars on the top and bottom. Because I would like a big game map where you have, battles going across the entire map. But one thing at a time. Anyway, so yeah, this is pretty well done. Or the stuff that I wanted to work on is pretty well done for now. So then in the HTML file, I just made a simple drop-down menu that has 3 colors, and then this app.js thing grabs the initial value, sets it as red, and then it changes the shadow color on the ship that's created to nothing, so it's created as nothing. And then it, when it's selected, it runs through this right here, and then it creates the shadow color on the ship on the double click right here. So yeah, so it's setting the shadow color when you click it based on where you click and based on what ship is selected, and it prioritizes the top ship, the most recently created one. Anyway, that's cool. Here's the thing. So, super basic. I'm thinking about making like a mobile app where it has all your ship stats and then a very basic dice roller, just a real simple app. Because everything now is in a Google Doc, and I kind of want to maybe keep this screen free. Everybody uses their phone, but this is going to be predominantly a desktop-based app. Anyway, just some functionality. So you want to add a battleship, okay? So then you change your. It's initially set to red, but then you select your color, and then you can set it to green. You can set it to blue. You can set it back to red if you want to. Then when you put mouse down, it then highlights, then it draws the circle with the firing arc. I thought that was pretty neat. But I want to be able to give the user the ability to rotate this along an axis, so the zero is always pointing at the front. But I haven't figured that out yet. So anyway, you can create a bunch of them. So now you're dropping down game pieces. How you select it is off a little bit, because like it selects right here, but it doesn't let you select it right here. Same with this one. It selects it right here, but it doesn't select it right here. So I gotta figure out where the offset is. So yeah, firing arcs, pretty cool. It was kind of what I wanted to get worked on. I might have to change the z-index on these because I don't know if I like it being behind everything, but it doesn't bug me too much. I mean, it works. So anyway, yeah, you can double click these. Like I said, it's initially set to red, and then you can, so now you can assign, ships to whatever fleet, and you can change them by clicking on it. So, just a couple things down the road, I want to be able to. Cody's turn is up. It's Cody's green. You click a button next turn, and then it just tells the person who is logged or who uses the link and gets on next, hey, it's blue's turn or green's turn or red's turn, whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of where my program is. I have a long way to go, but it's coming up pretty nice. So, yep.